So here's a quick glimpse at some of the materials you'll be building your project with. But all you need for now are some paper and some scissors. And as you can see, we gave you some ready-made, ready-to-fly templates, but also some blank paper in case you decide to design your own project. Step number 1 is to cut out the body of your helicopter. And in case you do decide to design your own, we recommend at least keeping it roughly proportionate or the same size as this one. Next up, grab a small piece of tape and a popsicle stick. You're going to want to strongly press down and attach this to the body of your helicopter, but there's 2 quick things to keep in mind. First off, put it roughly in a spot where it can support weight both in the front and the back, so when it's flying, it can go so straight up and be balanced. And also, try to make sure the top of the popsicle stick is the highest point of your helicopter. When we attach the blades, we don't want them getting interrupted by the piece of paper. Next up, we want you to get out a paper clip, and we're going to bend it in a very specific way. Now we all see how paper clips are kind of made up of 2 different loops. Here's what we want to do. Grab the smaller of the 2 loops and bend it until it reaches 90 degrees or perpendicular to the other side of the paper clip. Then rip another piece of tape and we're going to fasten that paper clip to the bottom of the popsicle stick. Use these pictures for reference. Make sure the loop is pointing down so you can attach a rubber band to it. And again, to make sure it's not going anywhere, give it a good solid squeeze against the popsicle stick. Now the paper clip goes on the bottom, but on the top end, we're going to put just a little dot of hot glue and attach a propeller to it. Remember to put on your gloves for this part, and there's a fine balance when it comes to the amount of glue. Make sure you have enough to really connect and fasten the propellers there, but not too much where it will weigh your helicopter down and affect its performance. Now before it starts to dry, let's get those propellers on there. And it's your responsibility to make sure while that glue is drying that the propellers do not dry sideways. We want them going straight up and down, friends. And also, do you see that little metal loop? Make sure that you glue the side opposite of that and not the sides of it. Although it's not the end of the world if we mess this part up. And finally, like we said in some of the previous videos, there are lots of moving parts in helicopters. So in this one, let's make sure we don't get any hot glue inside any of the spinning parts, which will also affect the performance of the helicopter. Before moving on, give it a quick spin and make sure we're good to go before we officially start testing and flying these things. Remember friends, being an engineer is all about finding creative solutions and testing them against each other. We hope some of you take the challenge to design your own helicopter, whether it's out of paper or popsicle sticks, and see what kind of innovative concepts you can come up with and how well they work.